much fiction, not much fact. Got you twisted. And ain't nobody got time for that. See, my moment has now arrived, and I won't let it pass me by. It's my time to rise. It's my time to shine. It's my time to live. It's my time to live. It's my time to oh, it's my time. It's my time. I decided that I was gonna be living, loving, and happy. And my best days are still in front of me. Everything will be alright. 'Cause now it's time for me. It's my time to rise. It's my time to shine. It's my time to live. It's my time to live. It's my time. It's my time. Oh, it's my time to soar. It's my time to. I'm saying it's my time to. It's my time to be. It's my time to show. It's my time. Yeah. It's my time. It's my time to. It's my time to rise. It's my time to rise. It's my time to shine. It's my time to shine. It's my time to live. It's my time to live. Oh yeah. It's my time. My time. Everybody throw your hands in the air. Sing along with me now. Oh, sing along with me now. Hey, if you believe it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I know you're excited. You know, that music just gets me all excited every single time I hear it. You heard some words in there. It's my time. If I believe it, I can achieve it. I can have it. You know, nothing holding me down. We're going to hear about some of those kinds of things tonight, you guys. And I know you all could appreciate this song because you've definitely got the mindset that we're talking about. And, you know, it's just refreshing to be able to talk to people on a weekly basis, like you all, to be able to, you know, exchange ideas and just knowing that the person on the other end thinks just like you. And so if before we get started, we are recording this call. Would everyone please mute their videos? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And so listen, I just want to invite all the new people. There are some people on here that maybe, excuse me, maybe last week you were not part of the Power of Six Elite team. And the reason we call ourselves the Power of Elite team is because we all are operating in excellence. We want to make, we're wanting to win. Just like they said in the song, we're going to win. And the best way to win is to surround yourself with other people who want to win, you guys. And that's why you're on the call. So welcome. Congratulations for being here. Let me just review a few things for the benefit of the new people. You may have been told that you're going to be part of an accelerated team of people, a team of people who want to accelerate the success. They want to accelerate going through this compensation plan because we're going straight to the top. Once again, because we're working with the right people and we're looking for certain kinds of people to invite to this particular call. Yes, in our company, we want to help everybody. Many of us have customers. Those are basically people that may come in as a customer, or they may decide they want to be a brand partner for the reason of saving money, for the very reason of saving money, but they are not interested in building a team. Those are what we call customers. But those people, and then some people want to build a team. Some people just want to take their time. They're comfortable, no sense of urgency, fine. But those people who want to move to the top very, very fast. Last week, we talked about success loves speed. In other words, if you want to get to the top of the company, I don't know any other way to do it than fast. We've got to do it fast. And that's what the Power of Six Elite team is all about. In a nutshell, we're encouraging you on this call. We're sharing mindset. It's like a locker room conversation where you get a chance to get into the lives of some people who are really tearing this thing up. And so that's one things those are the kinds of things you experience. You get to benefit from the leadership of several people every single week. And so I'm going to review something real quick. I'm going to share something, and then I'm going to introduce you to some of our teammates that are on the call that exemplify these characteristics. In the Power of Six, we have a game plan, you guys, that we're going by. And move this thing out of my way. Let me see, cancel. Trying to move this thing out of my way so I could read. But part of our game plan is to focus on people just like ourselves. We just described how energetic we are. We want people that are going to move this compensation plan very fast. So these are the characteristics. They need to be high energy and outgoing, strong leadership skills, strong communication skills, easy to talk to. They are entrepreneurial. They're risk takers. They could have an MLM experience. If you know people that have done network marketing, that is a plus, because it's going to save you time because they already know most of the skill sets required to be successful in this. They're financially stable. The reason that is important, I mean, not meaning, some people are in a rut. I mean, I've been in companies where I was my husband and I were in a financial rut. We didn't know what we were going to do, but guess what? We were self-motivated. And see, when you have people that are self-motivated and are hungry, that is one of the key things that are important. People that are influential, they can get people to take action. There's several definitions for influential. It could be that people trust them because that's their nature. They could be a pastor or something, or someone, a PTA president, somebody that will get people to take action. And a lot of times they trust those people, and therefore they're going to listen to them if they give them a call. You're going to move so much faster if you go after people like that. So guess what? I want to introduce you to 3 people that fit this description tonight. The first one is my colleague who we're partners in crime in this particular project. You hear him on our Monday night new members training call every single Monday night. This man is an architect and a builder in the Houston area. Extremely busy, but got more energy than anybody I know. I mean, every single time I talk to him, he is high energy. Makes no excuses. I mean, he's the person that you want on your team. And so I want to bring Mr. Z Kendrick on the call because he's got something to say that you definitely need to hear. Mr. Kendrick, please come on the line.
Good evening, Sister Verdita Monk. I love that name. Thank you so much. I am really at awe when I hear your voice every single time. I just love you and your husband. And you guys really represent this entire organization so well. And I am just so honored to be a part of your organization, to working with you on anything that's coming down the pipeline. I'm just excited. I'm really privileged. So again, thank you so much for allowing me to speak. Team, how you guys doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing very well. Listen, what I want to do is talk about something that I think can possibly help you. And I may be a little aggressive tonight. I may be a little strong. I don't want you to be offended. This is not a subject that's pointed in any one direction, but I do want to get your attention. And I think one of the things that really helped me was to address this question, and that is, what's holding you back? What is it that's holding you back from being the person that you need to be? Now, clearly, You guys took a look at the opportunity. It made sense. Something clicked. You made a decision. But a lot of us, after making the decision to move forward, you're not really doing very much. You are leaning so heavily on everyone around you to do their part, when in fact, the buck stops with you. You know, when you sign that agreement and enter into this company, it says independent agreement. It doesn't say dependent. So what is it that's holding you back? And so what I want you to do is just think for a second, just what is it that's keeping you from achieving the goals that you know you can achieve? Is it family? Is it health? Is it finances? I mean, what really is it? I remember years and years ago, it's probably, I don't know, 35 years ago, I had this yawning desire to want to do public speaking. And I was really afraid to step out of my own shell to do the things that I knew I needed to learn and be comfortable with. And I remember taking a Toastmasters class. I never forget that. And it was offered during a lunch hour. I was still working back then. This is back in the early 80s. And my last job, I think my corporate job was, I think my last one was 1989, but this is like in the 85, 86 era. And I remember going over to this session, and the instructor asked all of us, "Why are you really here?" And everyone slowly raised their hand. And, there were various reasons why they were there. And I stood up and I said, I am sick and tired of not being able to speak in front of a crowd. And I want to learn how to get past all of that. And I never forget, she told me, she said, "Sir, let me be honest with you. Because you are here, because you had the courage to raise your hand, because you have the courage to step up and tell this whole audience why you were here, I have no doubt you're going to achieve your goal." And what I want you to know is you are your biggest challenge. It's not the person role you, it's not the person that you are working with. You are your biggest challenge. Most of us have a real difficult breaking through our first barrier of defense. What do you mean? Your family, your friends, your spouse, someone who's closest to you have challenged you and really punched you to the point where you're saying to yourself, can I really do this? And you're doubting yourself because of all of the challenges that you are facing right in that first wall of defense. Newsflash. Your family, your spouse, the dog, your closest friends, all these folks are doing their job to challenge your decision. You have to plow through that. You got to get past what they're saying to you. It's just noise, okay? Those same people, the moment you start having success, they turn. Just like a plum or a tree. When it first bud, it's a flower, then it turns into a plum, and it's green. And as the sun hit it, over time, it turns red. Those same people will turn to support you the moment you break through. But you have to have the courage to do that. And a lot of you guys are comfortable. You're comfortable talking to just a few people that you can talk to. You don't want to step out and tap into those reds, people that you look up to. Why? Because you don't want to feel insecure. You don't want to look like something wrong. You don't want to talk about your business because they're gonna cut you up and say, why are you doing one of those things? You see, you got to get through all of that. But you got to make the decision to do that. You got to challenge yourself and get really, really uncomfortable. I remember, this is my 12th month anniversary being in the business. And I remember maybe 2 months in, I was talking to Ken Robinson about some things. He says, Z, I need some help on this Zoom presentation. I said, oh, no, I'm not ready for that, man. Listen, I'll support you, I'll do all I can, but I'm not ready to speak. Yes, you are. I said, no, 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 I'm not. You see, I was having a challenge with the computer, with the Zoom overview format, how to navigate from slide to slide. That was my issue. It wasn't speaking, but I had this inferior wall, this visible wall was telling me that I had an issue, that I wouldn't be comfortable. I didn't want to look insecure on the screen trying to figure out how to go from point A to point B or point C. And I'll never forget, I one night, Ken Robinson had invited Steve Merritt to be our featured speaker, and I had 3 guests on the Zoom, and Steve Merritt didn't show up. Something happened, and Ken, it wasn't 2 months, it was 1 month in, and Ken just grabbed his straps, pulled himself up, and he just started talking, and he pulled some things together, and all of a sudden he did a complete full presentation. None of the guests knew that he didn't know what the heck he was doing. I knew he was struggling because I had seen the presentation a number of times, but he just took it on like it was just like breathing for him. And when he got through, I called him. I said, man, do you know what you just did? Yes, I do. He said, it's time to go to work. And I just remembered that like it was yesterday. And then he did it again. And he did another presentation. I'm like, man, your presentation is tight. I was just so moved by the fact that he stepped through all the things that he thought he wasn't ready to do what he had to do. And I called him one day. I said, bro, listen, I need to do a trial run with you. I'm ready. And we did it. He said, bro, you sound great. Let's make it happen. And after that, I said, I want to talk from here on out. Don't matter when, how long, or whatever you need me to do, I am there. I'll do the presentation 6 months in a row, every single night. Whatever it takes, I'm going to do this presentation. You see, I was pushing myself to get uncomfortable. And I'm still in training, but I'm getting more confident. Why? Because the longer I do this overview presentation, the better I get. You see, you have to have that same level of intensity about your business. The people that you need to talk to are waiting for you, but you can't recruit that Verdita Monk or that Monique Dawson or that Erica McQueen or Ken Robinson or Reggie Stewart. You can't recruit them until you recruit yourself. Everything starts with you. The moment you get excited about what you're doing, you don't even know what the hell you're doing. But as long as you're excited, people are going to get excited. The power that we have is this patch. This patch has power. You own a patent on this patch. Nobody can duplicate this patch. And if you respect this patch and treat it like a business, I guarantee you, you're going to get paid like a business. There are people out here, it don't take much for me to get my, turn my switch on. It doesn't, because the more I think about the timing of this, see, you all don't realize how valuable this space is that we have right now, okay? You think that, okay, yeah, we got a good opportunity, we got a great compensation plan, and we're ready to get positioned, we're gonna make a lot of money, yes, we're gonna do all. No, you don't understand, it's timing. We have never seen a product like this in our entire network marketing experience history. Has never existed. We've never been involved in anything early. We're always getting involved after everything is blown up. We early, folks. We are early. LifeWave is still trying to figure out where they want to go and how they want to get there. And we have been invited to the table where we can literally sit there and eat with everybody else. These folks in Washington, D.C. just figured out how to avoid the government shutdown. We can't control that conversation. We don't know who's going to be in office next week or next month. We can contribute, yes, but we can't control what the government does. There will be another COVID because people didn't do what they needed to do. Are you prepared for any of those things that you can't control? You can get prepared. You can get your family prepared. by getting started with LifeWave. Take this serious. This next 6 to 8 months are going to be crucial for you and your future. You see, our peak season is the first of any calendar year. The first 3 months of the year, the company will probably grow by 80%. But you don't wait till the first of January to start. You start right now before the social season begins. Load up. You also need to do this. And I know a lot of y'all not doing it. If you don't have inventory, I don't know how you're going to be in business. You need inventory, people. You can't get by with 1 or 2 sleeves. You need to have inventory. Think about it. If you brought in 3 diamonds tonight, you should have 3 sleeves minimum to loan each one of those individuals so that they can get started tonight, not when the package come in 3 or 4 days from now. What's holding you back? You are holding yourself back. Now, it may sound like I'm fussing, but I'm not. I'm just trying to get your attention. You are a part of an elite group of people that we handpicked, which means you can handle this. It's time for all of us. Everyone in this Zoom should have a goal to hit SPD in 2024. There's no reason why you cannot do that. But the moment your mind is made up, your body will follow you. But everything starts with you. Get uncomfortable. Our training system says build 3-3-1. What's wrong with 7, 8, 9? What's wrong with 10, 12, 15? Don't let your minimum be your maximums. Push yourself through all this. And I'll tell you something else too. The moment you take ownership of your business, and when everyone around you know that you're serious about your business, they're going to pay attention to you. Some people are going to circle back because people can't stand to watch excitement explode. There's so many people now that I'm talking to that I spoke to 10 months ago. You see, my attitude is I don't care what you think. I don't care about your opinion. You don't know what you don't know. So it's my job to make sure I give you that information. And if you don't want it, that's your problem, not mine. I'm going to deliver the message. I'm going to drive it home and knock it out of the park. You can watch me burn. You can watch me make all this money. You can watch me do all the things I'm getting ready to do. But I told you what I was getting ready to do, and I'm doing it. You see, when you have that kind of attitude about your business, nothing can stop you. Nothing can slow you down. And the moment it starts to work for you, I promise you, every last person in your immediate circle will line up and be the biggest cheerleaders you've always had, because that's just what we all do. It's just human nature. So this accountability call tonight, it's not a call for us to get on the line every week and just say, how you doing? We want to know exactly what are you doing? Are you talking to 10 people per day? Are you doing your private Zooms every single week? Are you putting people on through the process? Are you following the system? You part of the elite. You're going to lead by example. We need your leadership to step up. The real you is sitting on a bench waiting for you to get out of the way. Let yourself go. Let yourself go. What's holding you back? Benita, back to you.
All right, y'all gonna get my name right one of these days. Y'all keep getting me mixed up with Bernita. But anyway, thank you so much, Z. I mean, you know, like he said, it may sound like he was fussing, but it's because we care. We care about you all. We want everybody to succeed. And by no means do we know everything. But what we do know, we want to pour into you. And, you know, one of the things that Z said toward the end was about people taking you serious. See, if you, that's why it's so important that you have to do it fast, because you see, for some reason, the rank that you hit is just a reflection of your efforts. That's all it is. It doesn't mean exactly how much money you're making, but that rank, when you hit a certain rank, people say, oh, you know, they're accomplishing something. And so that's why we want you to move fast, so that you can get people's attention. And that's how you build your team. And so what I want to do now, I gave you the description of the kinds of people that you're going to be looking for. And the next person I want to introduce to you is very dear to my heart. She's my bonus daughter. And the thing about this person, Monique is her name, is that she is not a network marketer. She's only done one other business before, yet I guess it's just she was so excited about this patch when we called her and told her about it. And do you know that Monique, if I'm not mistaken, has brought on more people than anybody on our team? Monique has enrolled over 64 people in the period of time that she's been in this year. And, you know, it just makes you wonder, you know, you never know what people are going to do, but she's very much into health and into her body. She is an environment of excellence. She instills excellence in her children. They are all, you know, could be literally Olympic quality athletes. They're all athletes, and just it's just she's instilling excellence everything that she does. She leads a Bible study class. She posts something spiritual online every single day. She travels a lot with her daughter that's touring around the country for her the school that she's going to be going to be and definitely getting a scholarship. That's the kind of, she's extremely busy. And so what I want to do is bring her on so you can hear from her. And she is a senior director out of the Houston, Texas area. Hear from Monique and what makes her do what she does. Monique, come on and share your video and share some insight to these people.
Oh my goodness,
your beautiful
thank
face.
you. Oh, you're so kind to my beautiful bonus mama, Verdita Monk. Thank you guys for having me. And Verdita is absolutely right. I am not a networker. As far as a professional networker, and maybe some of you are, you know, are in the same boat that I was in. But let me tell you something. When you take that, oh, I'm not a professional networker, you network, okay, with a group of people who have a like-mindedness that you have. So you surround yourself with those type of individuals. And I think when you have, you know, you take that tag off, you know, I wanted to say that because you kind of identify what is a networker. Somebody who really cares. It's somebody who wants you to know, who has information and you want them to know it as quickly as possible because you know that it can change their lives. And that is, you know, why I became involved. I believe in this product. It's changed my life. It changed my daughter's life. I read about it. And when I meet people, what I do is I share the product with them and sit back and wait for their testimonies and enroll them as either a business partner or someone who just wants to utilize the product. What I've found for even myself with, you know, we're all busy, okay? Whatever your definition of busy may be. Your definition, you know, you might be a stay-at-home mom. That is extremely, extremely busy work, right? You may be an executive at, you know, Fortune 500 company or whatever it may be. My bonus mom, Verdita, is an interior designer. She has her own business. Many of us have our own businesses, and those are the kind of people that you want to be around, people who are extremely like-minded, that they are busy, they know how to multitask. And when you find yourself with those individuals, you want to approach those people. Something that I have done, and I want to share this with you, is, you know, we can all be in our habitual patterns. Of course, I'm traveling around the country with my daughter who's being offered different scholarships. That has been my life forever with 4 kids. This happens to be my youngest that we're traveling around the country. And so I'm kind of almost never home. But I always, always, always have my patches. And I'm patching people as I meet them in different cities, right? And even if you're not traveling, when you have your patches and you can put those patches on the people to have different great experiences. For instance, let me tell you guys what I've been doing lately. And I actually just enrolled a young lady this evening. I patched someone when I was out of town. They're calling me from Philadelphia. I don't even know this person. I gave this man an experience. This gentleman wants to become a distributor, okay? He's supposed to call me tomorrow. So if this is the thing, so when you are out, make sure that you are giving people an experience. You never know who you may meet. So this is a thing that I implemented, and I'm sharing this with you because maybe you're at the place where you kind of stuck. Maybe you know these people who are all on this list of that Verdita shared with us that we should be looking for, and maybe you've exhausted all those people that you actually know, and you're trying to figure out, how can I meet new people? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you some things that I had implemented, and it actually has helped. So I am a yoga instructor. I have my own yoga business, so I do mobile instruction. That's one of the things that I do. Okay, so what I've done is found other, like, you can find, like, enroll in a health and fitness class. Okay, so if you ever want to try Pilates or yoga, or they're always offering like a 30-day free pass. Okay, I want you to, for someone on here, to find out either tonight or first thing tomorrow who's offering a 30-day membership. Okay, and then enroll yourself in that class, and you will meet people who are like-minded because they want to be healthy, right? They're working out for a reason. I will have my patches very visible when I'm going in class. Now, I'm an instructor. I don't necessarily need to go into class, right? But it was an opportunity for me to go and engage with other people because I knew that they were going to see me for 30 days straight, right? Another thing that I've done is I have found networking groups in my local community. Okay, so we all know that we have LinkedIn, but LinkedIn, you may not meet, people up close and personal all the time. Where there is a group, it's called Alignable. And in Alignable, as you join, it's kind of like a smaller LinkedIn, but more community-based. Well, I've attended 2 networking in-person events this week. Just signed up a young lady this evening that I met at Alignable just yesterday, okay? Because we had an opportunity to discuss what we did. So my whole point of just trying to, encourage you to try something different. Maybe your phone list, you've exhausted, who knows? Maybe you are a professional networker, in parentheses, however you want to define that. And you've had, several products, and the person doesn't want to pick up the, your call and listen to something else that you have to say. I don't know, but you need to think out of the box, right? Do something different. And so I hope those little tidbits of encouragement will enlighten you to try something different, because I think Z hit it on, the nail on the head. It's up to you to decide how you want to operate your business. And what I know is that we have something in our hands. This X39 stem cell activation, and I know we're not supposed to say stem cell activation, so I apologize, but this phototherapy patch, it is everything. It is life-changing. And because I believe in it, there's the success, and I know that I have an opportunity to help somebody. And not only that you're able to help somebody increase their finances. I don't care how much money a person has, you can approach them, because of a person who's used to earning money, or a person who's had a hardship, they want to return to the status that they had, where they were before. No one wants to worry about certain situations. I think Z just said, I was listening to him, and of course we've been listening to the news in regards to the government shutdown. This happened to a young lady, and I've been able to speak to her about the business. A classmate of mine, I posted hair growth on my Facebook photos, testimonial photos, right? So people had contacted me. They went into the messages and like, oh my gosh, your hair is so long. What are you doing? So that afforded me an opportunity to, meet people that way and introduce the product. Well, her thing to me, she reached out to me and she says, well, we may, she works for the government. We might have a shutdown and I may not, have the money to do, to try the product. So that was a great opportunity for me to say, okay, so so now that you know, you can't depend on the government, you know, or whatever job, why don't you, would you be interested in listening to an opportunity that can solidify increase your income so that you don't have to worry about if you can afford a $99.95 product that can help change your life. So people are out there and they're waiting to meet us. And so that is why it's so important that we have a sense of urgency. I am so glad that the sense of urgency that my bonus mom and my dad had in reaching out to me, that I actually, you know, listened to them. And so we have the opportunity to return the favors to whomever invited you to this call. So let's get out there and make it work. Let's go, challenge yourself, do exactly what Z says, get out of your comfort zone. And the reason that I introduced some of the things that I was doing, because if you hadn't done it, then that's definitely something that you can try. And that will force you to get out of your comfort zone and go ahead and have that excitement and execute the business that you want to have by being the individual, the leader that you know that you are, that God created you to be. And that's all I have for you guys this evening.
Oh, Monique, I tell you, Monique just turned it out. First of all, don't let that little sweet, soft voice, don't get it twisted, because Monique means business in everything she does. I told you she's a woman of excellence. And one of the things I also wanted to say, I didn't say about Monique, is she was extremely coachable. You know, when she first got started, she was calling me every day, asking me all these questions, and my phone was ringing off the hook. She was excited. That's the kind of person you want. Someone's excited. And when a person is excited, that's the best time for them to start talking to other people, because it's a natural energy. And so, yes, we've got one more speaker that I want to introduce you to. And I hope her camera is working, because I know she was having some challenges with her camera, but there she goes. And but let me just introduce you to this individual. One of the things we talked about on that list is about people that have influence, people who are able to make people take action. They will do what they ask them to do. This individual, you already know her, Erica McQueen, but for those of you who may or may not know her, and maybe your first time on the call, let me just introduce you to her. Erica is a businesswoman. I met her in another opportunity where ultimately she built a team of over 250,000 people. That's incredible. She has impeccable leadership skills. And then she's the kind of person, she really cares about people, and she's very generous with her time. When I first met her, she invited me to her house, and I wasn't even on her team. She invited me to her house to see the opportunity, and the way she explained it opened my mind up. She's very, very articulate with her speech, impeccable with her speech. And I mean, those are the kind of things that really stand out to me about Erica. But she's the kind of person, when she calls, you're going to listen. Okay. And I want her to share with you what, the kinds of people that, whatever you want to say, Erica. I'm going to let her tell you what she wants to say. But Erica McQueen, please, is a senior director out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. Come on, Erica.
Can you hear me, Verdita?
I sure can.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful day. And of course, when Verdita asked me to do this, I said, I sure will. So again, hello. And so let me just tell you, I don't think I've ever on this call maybe just kind of shared the fact that, when I was introduced to this opportunity by Verdita, I was in a lot of different, I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm a certified business coach. So I was dealing with business loans, dealing with, helping people get all kinds of grants and things of that nature. So I was very busy, just like many people who have shared on the call previously. And so I definitely was not looking for an opportunity. And, but you know what? I think Steve said it earlier today. He said, sometimes busy people, you may not be looking for something, but guess what? There's a part of you that is open. meaning that you don't want to miss anything. If you are what you call an opportunity seeker, meaning that if you see something, you may want to, participate. So when she told me about this product and she showed me those before and afters, I'm gonna tell you right now, I said, well, wait a minute. I got excited just from the before and afters, and then I began to look more and more. So Miss Verdita Monk and Harvey, they are so good at piquing your interest, and they are extremely good at not giving you a little bit of information at a time. And so they kept my interest. And of course, I saw everything that Lifeway had to offer, and I was super excited. But I just want to say that busy people are not necessarily looking for an opportunity. Okay, they're not, but that doesn't mean that they're not open. Okay, so I just want to share a couple things that I think you need to think about when you're out there sharing the opportunity, particularly with high influence people or people that you might, have a tendency to prejudge. So the first thing you need to do when you start putting on your, you start to think about the fact that you want to share an opportunity with someone is really, let's revisit your why. Why are you actually doing this business? So let's just revisit that really quickly. So some of you may be saying, like for me, when I first got in the industry, something really strange happened where, we lost a lot of income in our family. My husband got laid off. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had to go get a job. So when I got this job, though, it was crazy. They had me working at this strange hour, which I had never done before. I was working for a bank. And I was like, this is crazy. And guess what? My children were very young. They were like 4, maybe 6. And so I never really saw them because once they got out of school, I was at work. And I remember that one year that the first year, obviously I was doing this job. I went to church with them on Sunday. And then as I was leaving, as we were leaving church, they were like, oh, because they used to what we normally do, which is go to brunch or do something fun on Mother's Day. So I remember after, leaving church, I said, guys, Mommy has to go. They were like, I could see this look in their eye like, what are you talking about? This is Mother's Day. And that look in their eyes, it like cut me like a knife in my heart. And I think I might have cried in the car on my way to work. I said, these people have lost their ever loving minds. The thing that's super dear to me, being a mother, they won't even let me enjoy Mother's Day because of a stupid job. I said, this is crazy. I said, this will not happen again. It will not happen again. And then I started to notice and learn about the industry of network marketing, which I thought was a joke. I'm just gonna be honest, I was a little bougie. I thought it was a joke. I didn't really think that people made money, but because of the job, I feel like God put me in a position to really see that people make money in this industry. And after I was convinced of that, I really had to focus in on it. So I want you to really just think about why you're doing this. For me, I said, wait a minute, you're not gonna take me away from my children. I'm not gonna miss their entire childhood just because you think I need to be working this shift. That's crazy. So some of you may want freedom. Some of you may want to travel. You may want to be a little bit better positioned for retirement. You may not like the schedule that your company is giving. You may not like your boss. You may not like your coworkers. You may not like the fact that you can't get a promotion until somebody else tells you you can get a promotion. Now, I'm saying all this to say, because once you identify truly with what your reason is for doing this business, because I have to do it all the time myself. I go back and I revisit it, right? Once you do that, guess what? You'll realize that there's nothing to be afraid of, okay? Because a lot of times the reason why we don't talk to people is because there's a little underlying fear where we're thinking they're gonna think, oh, we're doing this crazy network marketing thing, or we've already in our mind created this whole storyline that doesn't even exist. The person may love network marketing. The person may, be looking for an opportunity, but you've already made it up in your mind for whatever reason. And sometimes this happens subconsciously. Maybe it's not conscious, maybe it's subconscious that you're inside of you is saying, no, don't reach out to her. She's probably gonna think, why should I do this? No, we can't do that. So, but this is the thing. When you really connect to your why, you will realize that you cannot afford to care. Okay? You cannot afford to care what they might be thinking because you have a bigger goal. And that's what helped me tremendously, is that I looked at my children and I saw that look in their eyes when I was getting in the car, and I said, you know what? I don't care what you think about me. I'm going to present the information and leave the results there. I'm going to actually detach myself from the outcome. I'm not going to say to myself that if this person's not interested, maybe they don't like me. Maybe they think I'm stupid. Maybe they think I am needy, or that I'm poor, or that whatever. I don't know, that these ideas of things we get in our minds, but you can't afford to care about any of that because you have a bigger goal. You have bigger dreams. And so it doesn't really matter. Okay. So the other thing is that you can't judge people. Like I said, I think I've told this story several times. Verdita showed up at my house. I think she had every designer thing on that she could put on. I mean, not like flashy designer, but like upscale, like, Saks Fifth, you know what I mean? Saks Fifth Avenue. And I said, woo, and my eye just kept going to her because it was a lot of people at my house, guys. It was probably about 50 or 60 people. And I kept looking at her. I said, this lady is sharp. Now, for her to come up to me at the end and say, look, due to what happened in the economy in 2008 and her not getting a lot of jobs in interior design, I haven't, been getting any jobs. So I really don't have a lot of money. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And she came over to me very humbly and said this to me with, look, Versace on. I'm just kidding, but and I'm like, what? I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding me? This woman cannot be sitting here telling me that she has no money. Okay. So I'm telling you, you cannot judge people. You do not know what people are going through. You don't know who's trying to get out of a marriage. You don't know whose husband just left them. You do not know who's having a financial issue because of a parent, or maybe the house burned down. You don't know what people are dealing with. You don't know if somebody just got a terrible diagnosis. They need to know about your product. But you want to say, oh, I don't think they're going to be interested because of A, B, C, D. Guess what? They may ask. I have some friends that have not necessarily been interested in this opportunity because they're doing lots of other things, but they've given me 4 or 5 referrals of other people. So that person who's not interested may still give you some referral. So whatever you do, do not judge. Okay. And don't be offended. Now, I know that's a hard one. Woo, that's a hard one. Because you say, wait a minute, I called her 3 times. Wait a minute, I texted her. I dropped off patches to her house. The least she could do is answer my text message. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna let you know that has crossed my mind, okay? But I have to keep reminding myself, particularly in this business, I refuse to be offended. Okay, I absolutely have refused. I cannot afford to be offended. And if you have goals, you can't afford to be offended either. So but let me tell you this is the funny thing. I have said that, well, this person hasn't called me back. And then when I bump into them somewhere, they say, oh, I changed my number, or something strange may have happened. Okay. So whatever happens, when you are texting and calling people, do not get offended. You don't know what's going on. You do not know. They could be out of the country. They could be, I don't know. They could have lost their phone. You never know. I'm going to tell you, this has happened to me at least 3 times, where I text someone, I called them, I send videos, and I kept dripping on them very subtly, like, oh, I thought about this. I know you were telling me this. This reminded me of your mother. I just drop little nuggets on them. And out of the blue, you know what they say? How much is the highest package? I'm like, oh my God, did that just happen? Or the other day, I get 2 text messages. Hey, Erica, I need to get some product. They didn't necessarily respond. People are very busy. People are forgetful. People mean to respond and they forget. So whatever you do, do not be offended, okay? Do not take it personal. But when it comes to sharing the opportunity with people of high influence, you definitely want to, you don't have to know everything. You do not have to know everything. That's the big problem. I talked to someone today that said, oh, I don't want to share with anyone because I don't really know exactly how the product works yet. I said, no, that's not what you're doing. You can play dumb. This is a fun game. You could just completely play dumb and you could tell them that, you know what, I am not a stem cell expert, girl. I need you to take a look at this and give me your opinion because I respect you. I know that you have a background in the medical industry or whatever. You want to make sure that you're sharing it and that you're not afraid because you feel like you need to know everything because you don't. You don't even have to be super eloquent. You do have to, however, have a little sense of confidence about you. And you know what they say, right? You can fake it till you make it. So get your posture together when you're talking to people, figure out what you're going to say, and have in your mind, how can you segue or change the direction of the conversation when you first open it up? You want to obviously build that rapport with them. You want to find out how they're doing. You know, if you remember their mother, like people that call me, you know, oh, let me tell you what Verdita did, guys. I never mentioned this to her before, but this is a funny one. Prior to her telling me about the opportunity, she's texting me about her grandbaby. Now, I went back and looked, right? So let me ask you a question. Who's not gonna look at somebody's grandbaby, right? I'm like, oh, that's so cute. You can find a way to build rapport with someone, whether it be something you remember about them or a memory that you had together. And once you get that rapport, then you can just very simply say, listen, oh my gosh, I just saw something that blew me away and I thought of you. You're one of the first people I thought of because it reminded me of da, da, da. Or you're one of the first people that I thought of because I know that you love new technology or whatever. And I wanted you to be able to get in front of this first. This is a time sensitive, this is very time sensitive. It's very important that I get in contact with you. And so I want to encourage you. I wanted to see if you are open. I wanted to see if you're open to take a look at something new. That word, that sentence I almost always say. I wanted to reach out to you to see if you were open to take a look at something incredible. And they'll let you know. They'll say yes, no, or maybe so. But that's a very simple thing to say. It's not hard. There's nothing complicated about it. And when they say, well, what is this? I say, well, what do you know about stem cell technology? And then they start talking, they start telling you, and they got to give you an indication as to what direction to go in. But my real point tonight is just simply to tell you to not be afraid, to not prejudge, and to open your heart and share from your heart how the product has helped you, maybe how it's helped others, and really detach yourself from the outcome and make it up in your mind that you're just going to go out there and talk to everybody that you know. I was at an event just recently, and it was really interesting because they were talking about, they were bragging actually, who had the biggest list. And what they meant was, who has the largest book? Like, you know how you have those spiral books? How many people have a book completely full of names? So, oh, that's pretty good. So think about that. Do you have your list written down, or are you just winging it? Because what happens when you have your list is it reminds you that even after you've gone through 100 people, you still have another 100 people. And then every day, if you're out and about, as Monique said, you're going to get new people that you're adding to that list. And so the list continues to grow and grow and grow. All right. So I just wanted to share those couple little nuggets with you guys. Hopefully it helps you. But I just want to say, don't be scared. Talk to the highest influence people that you know, your pastor, and anyone that you can think of that has connections with a lot of people. All right, I just wanted to share that. Thank you, Verdita. Thank you so much for the invitation. This is a great call. I'm getting a lot of great information. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Erica. And I know that everybody learned so much from Erica. She brought up several points that were just incredible. And what I would just want to point out about Erica is when she calls people, people listen. That's one of the things that I wanted you to take away, because people know her as successful. And she said she uses a certain phrase every time she calls people. It's not just what you say, is how you say it. When she calls them, they know that she means business. So that's very important. Posture yourself. I have to remind myself a lot of times when I'm inviting someone to a call and I follow up with them. And I know what you're, probably thinking sometimes, okay, what should I say when I text them back, or, establish a time we're going to get back to each other. But you have to remind yourself, you have what they need. And you got to also know, when you think about this, is that I promise you, mostly everybody, if they stay on one of those calls, they're going to be extremely excited. There's nothing you can do about it. There's no way they can't be excited, because the information is so powerful. That's what you have to remind yourself. You have your hands on something that's so powerful and so amazing that the patch and the testimony do the work for you, as Monique said. So with that, listen, I want to remind you, let me see here, Erica, do me a favor. I don't know if something, my screen is blank for some reason, but I want you to remember what it says in that song. And in case you want to know that the singer of that song that opened up the call, Kelly Price, "It's My Time." Listen, you guys, it's your time. It's our time. The timing is perfect. Let's not waste it. That is our most precious commodity, is time. And also think about this. I know people tell me all the time, well, I got some people, they just want to try it for now. And they already said they want to do the business, but they want to see how it works on them right now. But listen, the same person that said, I want to wait, what could happen next week? Their cousin, I've seen it happen many a times. Their cousin, their sister, or somebody else came into the business during that time, and they end up signing up with them. But that's why I like to go and get them signed up as fast as you expose them. Try to get them signed up. Don't wait a whole 2 and 3 weeks later, because they can change their mind. Their tires go flat, just whatever, some excuse, any excuse will do for some people. And we're not looking for some people. We're looking for the right people. And that's what I want you to take away from tonight's call. You heard some incredible training, and you're going to continue to receive that every single week if there's anything we can do about it. Couple of announcements. Once again, I told you we're going to have 3 powerful recordings of an opportunity call that's going to use certain language that we want to exemplify on this call. Tomorrow night is our last call that we're going to do, where we're going to record an opportunity, but it will be at a different hour, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. And the reason we do this particular call late on Wednesday is because we don't want to interfere with our regularly scheduled call. So tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, our last opportunity call. We have 3 recordings that you can use in your toolbox to share with people, so that we won't have you on calls every single night of the week. Also, next week, because it is Thanksgiving, this is the beginning of the holiday season, we will not have this leadership call, nor will we have we're not going to do any more opportunity calls unless we decide to do it. But no more. But next week there will not be this call right here, the leadership call. But I want to encourage you all to be on the call tonight. Bring some guests so that we can pack this call out, and we promise you we will do everything we can to close them for you. With that being the case, this call is recording and you will receive a copy. You all have a wonderful evening and I'll see you all tomorrow night.